What we see today in the modern era of what's happening with globalization and technology and business pressures, there's a blurred line now between work-life balance. And as now the CEO of the company, that's a concern to me. And so listening to our employees, doing research with our employees, and trying to mold our benefit plans or innovative programs like Flex Time is very important. And what we heard back from our employees is that they needed more flexibility. They needed to be able to have flex time. They needed to be able to work at home. There were times when they needed to come in late. Well, certainly back in the 70s and 80s, one of the mindset that we had as managers, that in order to be productive, you had to touch your desk every day. You had to come into work. You had to be in meetings. And I think that is a terrible way to look at productivity and engagement with employees, because now with technology and the activities that can take place in and outside of work, I've just found the opposite. I actually see better productivity from employees who use flex time or activities like that, because they're dedicated to the company. They know they have that responsibility, and they're thankful for what the company did to be able to give them the flexibility. From an engagement and an inclusion standpoint, you want every Merck employee to feel that they own the company, that they're listened to, that they participate, and their voice is being heard. And the way you do that is you spend a lot of time with your employees in town hall meetings, in breakfast meetings. You put the right policies in place. You put the right enabling systems in place. So it's just not rhetoric, that you have flexible work capabilities in place. The great thing about Merck, the dedication of these employees, the focus on the mission of this company is inspirational to me every time I sit down and meet with employees. After 39 years, I come away more energized from meeting with my employees based on their passion for the company and what we're trying to do. But we also have to have the empathy to make sure that they spend the right amount of time on work-life balance. We've got to set the standard, but we also have to listen to them. We've got to congratulate managers who do it well. We've got to show examples of how it's improved the company as well. So gradually, instead of it being an initiative or a corporate policy, it becomes a fabric of the culture of the company. I have a saying when I spend time with employees that Merck should always be one of the highest priorities you have on your list, but it should never be number one. Your family should always be number one. And that's something that's very important to me, and I think it's very important to make sure our employees understand.